Now to Washington news. House Democrats pushing forward President Biden's economic agenda this week. Joining us now with what comes after the narrow vote to approve a $3.5 trillion budget plan is Congressman Kevin Brady of the 8th District of Texas. He is the ranking member of the House Ways and Means Committee. You don't have a crystal ball, Congressman, but what do you think the odds are that both of these, the infrastructure and the reconciliation deal, are both completed by the end of next month?
You know, it could be good. I think Democrats have a lot of momentum after this week's vote. I don't think anyone dreamed that the speaker would be able to, in effect, bully every member of her conference into giving a green light to these tax increases. But she did. And Ways and Means Democrats, 2 weeks from this morning, will begin marking up, that is, voting on a package of tax hikes. We assume somewhere around $2 trillion, but up to them. And I think, you know, right now they've got more of a green light for tax hikes than they did a week ago.
The way that it played out, the 9 or 10 guys, you know, you've been there for a while, but I just had Congressman Gottheimer on the day before, and I don't know, I was a little bit surprised. Were you surprised, or you just were like, I know how this works?
Well, surprised in what way, Joe?
Does that seem like those 9 moderate Democrats accomplish anything by having a September 27th vote after all the bluster and all the talk and all the I'm going to do this and I'm in this position and I'm not going to change and they better come to the you think that there was anything that they actually got from Speaker Pelosi to go along with that and fold?
Yeah, the short answer is no. Really, that was almost a sense of the House that they would have a vote. And the progressives made it very clear that same day they are not voting on an infrastructure bill until the tax hikes and spending is headed to the president. So while the speaker may have given assurances, her conference did not. One, I think these are good members of the Democratic caucus, I think, trying to find a more moderate way through. But right now, it just doesn't look like there are any Main Street moderates who are going to step forward and stop certainly these tax hikes in a major way. And I think that's going to resonate in the next election in a big way, too.
I saw a list of all the tax hikes that are there. The $3.5 trillion at this point is a number that I guess that's the high end of what the Democrats are really hoping for. And all the tax cuts that I saw tax hikes that I saw outlined probably won't make it into the final bill. What do you expect it to be to get Manchin and Sinema on board? What do you expect it to look like in terms of total and in terms of what survives?
Yeah, boy, Joe, I don't know. You know, I would assume they're going after the corporate rate in a pretty aggressive way. That costs about 1 million jobs over the next 2 months. I think energy taxes in a significant way just because of the obsession with fossil fuels. That's 1.5 million jobs lost over time. I think you'll see international tax changes, which I think will drive more jobs overseas. Certainly, you'll see tax increases on pass-throughs, you know, either on their loss limitation, on the 20% deduction, or expansion of the Obamacare taxes on their investment. Beyond that, there are some other changes, I think, that drive them up to $1.5 trillion pretty quickly. But again, Democrats are driving the car on this one. So I don't know. We'll know in 2 weeks from today what that package is going to look like.
Are you in favor of the infrastructure bill, Congressman?
No.
You don't like that either. What do you suggest to fix the stuff that needs to be fixed? How do we do it? It's been something we've been wanting to do for a long time. You don't even like that?
No, I do. I think there's about a third of that bill that's true infrastructure. I think it might even get unanimous support in both chambers. I think way too much of it is wasteful spending, and certainly a lot of the green welfare subsidies, a number of those. We just don't need that right now as we're trying to rebuild this economy.